Have you ever jolted awake with tears streaming down your face after dreaming of someone you've lost? That powerful moment when your heart feels their presence so strongly that the line between dream and reality blurs completely. These experiences often remain unspoken, locked away in our hearts, because we fear others might dismiss them as mere imagination. Today, I'm revealing profound spiritual wisdom about these special dreams. Wisdom from Padre Pio, the humble saint who bore Christ's wounds and possessed extraordinary mystical gifts. When grieving souls sought Padre Pio's counsel after losing loved ones, he offered them a perspective on these dream encounters that brought immeasurable comfort. For this remarkable saint, these vivid dreams weren't coincidences or simple psychological responses to grief. They represented genuine spiritual connections that transcend the boundaries between our world and the next. Through Padre Pio's teachings, you'll discover why some people experience these dreams with remarkable clarity, while others don't. You'll learn to recognize the difference between ordinary dreams and authentic spiritual messages from beyond. Most importantly, you'll find the comfort that thousands have found when Padre Pio shared these teachings personally with those whose hearts were broken by loss. Dreams as spiritual windows. Since the earliest days of our faith tradition, dreams have served as gateways to spiritual realities. Scripture abounds with examples. Jacob's ladder reaching toward heaven, Joseph interpreting Pharaoh's dreams, Saint Joseph receiving divine guidance to protect the infant Jesus. These aren't mere stories, but testimonies to a profound truth. Sometimes, the veil between worlds grows thin during sleep. During sleep, Padre Pio explained with characteristic simplicity, the soul remains awake differently. It's as if a door stands slightly ajar, allowing two realities to meet momentarily. This gentle explanation helps us understand why these dream encounters feel so real and significant. Padre Pio carefully distinguished between ordinary dreams and spiritual visitations. Not all dreams carry spiritual significance. Many simply reflect our thoughts, worries, or wishes. But spiritual dreams possess distinct qualities that set them apart. First, they display extraordinary vividness and realism. Colors appear more vibrant, details more precise, and sensations more tangible than in ordinary dreams. Many people report experiencing smells, physical sensations, and emotions with remarkable clarity. Second, these dreams leave lasting emotional impressions. Unlike typical dreams that fade quickly upon waking, spiritual dreams remain crystal clear in our memory, sometimes for years or even decades. Third, they often produce physical effects. Tears upon waking, lingering warmth, a familiar scent in the room, or a profound sense of peace that contrasts sharply with the grief we've been experiencing. These visitations occur for specific reasons, Padre Pio taught. The souls of our departed loved ones don't appear randomly or without purpose. God permits these encounters to console the grieving, deliver important messages, or assist both the living and the deceased in their spiritual journeys. Perhaps most comforting of all is Padre Pio's insistence that our loved ones remain closer than we realize. They haven't disappeared into nothingness, he would say, but have transitioned to another dimension of existence from where, with God's permission, they can continue loving us and occasionally communicating with us. This perspective offers not just comfort in our moments of loss, but invites us to embrace a deeper vision of life, death, and the enduring nature of love. Padre Pio firmly believed that authentic love doesn't perish with physical separation. It simply transforms, while continuing to connect hearts that have truly loved each other. 5 types of dreams with departed loved ones. Padre Pio identified 5 distinct categories of dreams involving our departed loved ones. Each serves a specific purpose in our emotional and spiritual healing journey. Understanding these categories helps us recognize and appreciate these precious gifts when they occur. Farewell dreams, the first embrace from beyond. The first type, farewell dreams, typically occurs within weeks or months following a loved one's passing. In these dreams, the deceased appears peaceful, often radiant or looking younger and healthier than before their passing. Their countenance reflects serenity, and their words, though sometimes few, convey profound reassurance. Padre Pio explained that these aren't merely psychological coping mechanisms, but genuine spiritual encounters. In farewell dreams, he taught, God permits the departed soul to manifest itself to help their loved ones begin accepting their loss and start healing. These dreams represent a final embrace that bridges the chasm of physical separation. Consider Maria's experience 3 weeks after losing her husband to a prolonged illness. I saw him in our garden, beneath his favorite olive tree, looking completely healthy and wearing the clothes he loved. He appeared radiant, with no trace of suffering. He simply said, "Don't worry about me anymore, my love. I'm truly at peace now." I woke crying, but for the first time since his passing, they weren't tears of despair. Something transformed in me after that dream. I could breathe again. True farewell dreams share several characteristics: exceptional clarity, the healthy appearance of the deceased, brief messages focused on reassurance, and the profound peace they leave behind, even amidst tears. Consolation dreams, love's continued presence. Unlike farewell dreams, consolation dreams may occur anytime, even years after a loved one's passing, especially during periods of intense loneliness, grief, or difficulty. The departed appears specifically to offer comfort, emotional support, or companionship. Sometimes no words are exchanged, just a comforting presence or embrace that feels so genuine that the warmth seems to linger after waking. These silent gestures often communicate more than words ever could. Padre Pio explained that these dreams demonstrate how love continues beyond physical death. True love, he would say with conviction, knows no boundary, not even death itself. God, in his infinite mercy, allows that love to express itself through these encounters that occur in the sacred space of dreams. What makes consolation dreams remarkable is their timely appearance, precisely when we need them most, even if we haven't consciously asked for them. It's as if our loved ones somehow perceive our suffering and, with divine permission, come to offer the embrace we so desperately need. Many people report waking with a lingering sense of their loved one's presence, sometimes accompanied by their characteristic scent, like perfume, tobacco, or a special dish they used to prepare. Padre Pio considered these sensory experiences further confirmation of the dream's spiritual nature. While these dreams provide tremendous comfort, Padre Pio cautioned against becoming emotionally dependent on them. Their purpose is to strengthen our faith and help us continue our earthly journey with renewed hope, not keep us bound to the past. We should receive them gratefully as the gifts they are and move forward with the strength they provide. Warning dreams, protection from beyond. Warning dreams have a distinctly different quality. The departed loved one appears with an urgent or concerned demeanor, delivering a clear message about potential danger or a misguided decision we're contemplating. Unlike consolation dreams, these often leave us feeling unsettled upon waking, compelling us toward immediate action. Padre Pio explained that God, in his boundless love, sometimes permits our departed loved ones to warn us about harmful situations we cannot see. Souls who have transcended, he taught, perceive certain realities more clearly than we can. From their new dimension, they can recognize dangers that remain hidden to our limited earthly vision. Consider Antonio's experience. 2 years after his mother's passing, he dreamed she urgently warned him about his heart. In the dream, she repeatedly pointed to his chest, saying, "Get it checked now, not later." Though initially reluctant, Antonio scheduled a medical examination that revealed a serious condition requiring immediate intervention. "That dream saved my life," Antonio later testified. "My mother watched over me in life, and somehow, she still does." Padre Pio viewed these dreams as manifestations of the communion of saints, that mysterious spiritual connection uniting believers, both living and deceased. Warning dreams particularly demonstrate how concern for our well-being continues beyond physical death. How can we recognize an authentic warning dream? Padre Pio identified several indicators: the message's clarity and specificity, the lingering sense of urgency upon waking, and most importantly, the message's consistency with sound morale and spiritual values. A genuine message from beyond will never contradict fundamental principles of faith and love. Guidance dreams, wisdom from another dimension. Similar to warning dreams but with a different focus, guidance dreams direct us toward positive decisions or paths during confusing times or life crossroads. Our loved one appears as a wise guide, offering advice either directly or through symbolic imagery that may require prayerful discernment to interpret correctly. Remarkably, these dreams often contain wisdom that exceeds the knowledge our loved one possessed during their earthly life. Padre Pio explained this phenomenon by noting that souls in eternity gain deeper understanding of reality and can, with divine permission, share portions of this wisdom with their earthly loved ones. Guidance dreams typically occur at pivotal moments, when we face important decisions about relationships, career changes, relocations, or other significant life transitions. These dreams don't override our free will, but offer illumination that helps us choose more wisely. A distinctive quality of these dreams is the mental clarity they produce upon waking. Many describe the sensation as a fog lifting, allowing them to see their path forward with newfound certainty. Spiritual presence, dreams, soul meeting, soul. The fifth category, spiritual presence dreams, represents the most profound type that Padre Pio identified. Unlike the previous categories, these dreams don't necessarily convey specific messages. Instead, they create an intense experience of spiritual communion, an encounter on a higher plane of consciousness where two souls connect in mutual recognition that transcends words and rational explanation. Padre Pio taught that these represent what theology calls the communion of saints in its most intimate expression. These aren't simply dreams, he would explain, but genuine spiritual encounters occurring on a plane of reality different from the physical, yet equally real. These dreams establish profound connection. Those experiencing them describe sensations like melting into the other's presence, communicating soul to soul without words, or experiencing love so pure and complete that nothing earthly compares. Eleanor describes her experience. There were no words between my father and me in that dream. We stood together in a garden filled with indescribable light. The love in his eyes seemed to see through me completely. We needed no speech. I understood everything he felt, and he understood everything I felt. Our souls recognized each other beyond time and space. When I awoke, I knew with absolute certainty this wasn't an ordinary dream. I had truly been with my father in a place where our earthly limitations don't exist. This experience transformed Elena's entire understanding of death. Padre Pio explained that these encounters happen in what he called God's time, a dimension where past, present, and future intertwine in ways our temporal minds cannot fully comprehend. In this divine timescape, the love binding two souls remains eternally accessible, undiminished by physical death. How can we distinguish these genuine spiritual encounters from ordinary dreams? Padre Pio offered several discernment keys. First, these dreams possess a special luminosity, not merely visual clarity, but a light that seems to emanate from within people and objects. Many describe this light as unlike any earthly illumination, almost tangible in quality. Second, these dreams maintain exceptional coherence and lucidity throughout. Unlike typical dreams with their capricious scene changes and logical inconsistencies, spiritual presence dreams remain coherent from beginning to end. Third, and perhaps most significantly, these dreams profoundly transform those who experience them. Beyond temporary comfort, these encounters fundamentally change our relationship with death, diminishing fear and increasing certainty about existence beyond physical life. After a true spiritual encounter in dreams, Padre Pio taught, one no longer views death as an ending, but as a threshold, a passage to another form of existence where love continues and essential bonds remain unbroken. Discerning authentic dream encounters. While these dreams offer extraordinary spiritual gifts, Padre Pio recognized our yearning hearts might sometimes misinterpret ordinary dreams as divine messages. He provided practical guidance for spiritual discernment, helping us distinguish genuine spiritual encounters from psychological projections. Discernment, Padre Pio taught, is a spiritual gift we must nurture through humility and consistent prayer. Experiencing an intense dream isn't sufficient. We must learn to interpret it correctly, separating the truly spiritual from the merely psychological. The first step in discernment, according to Padre Pio, involves recording the dream immediately upon waking. Details matter, he advised, as true meaning often hides within them. He recommended noting not just events, but also physical and emotional sensations experienced during and after the dream. This documentation allows us to examine the experience with greater objectivity, avoiding hasty interpretations based solely on immediate emotions. Prayer constitutes the second crucial step. Without prayer, Padre Pio insisted, no true spiritual discernment can occur. Before interpreting a seemingly significant dream, he counseled placing ourselves in God's presence, humbly requesting divine illumination. This prayer shouldn't be perfunctory, but an authentic dialogue acknowledging our limited capacity to understand spiritual realities independently. The third step examines the fruits the dream produces in our lives. Padre Pio taught that genuine spiritual encounters always yield positive fruits: inner peace, strengthened faith, renewed hope, and increased capacity for love. Conversely, if a dream generates excessive anxiety, fear, obsession, or impulses contradicting fundamental Christian values, we should exercise caution in interpretation. God never speaks through paralyzing fear or despair, Padre Pio emphasized. His messages, even warnings, always contain hope and move us toward love. Physical signs often accompany authentic spiritual dreams, perhaps the deceased's characteristic scent lingering upon waking, a physical sensation of warmth or touch, spontaneous tears during or after the dream, or profound peace manifesting as calmer breathing or muscle relaxation. These physical manifestations, when accompanying an otherwise coherent and edifying dream, often indicate genuine spiritual encounter. Consistency with faith and morals provides another crucial discernment element. Authentic messages from beyond never contradict fundamental faith truths or prompt actions contrary to charity or justice. Padre Pio also emphasized community's role in discernment. Sharing these experiences with trusted, spiritually mature individuals helps us avoid deception arising from excessive subjectivity. He recommended consulting experienced spiritual directors or discerning priests to validate our interpretations. This communal aspect protects us from two dangerous extremes: excessive credulity that perceives divine messages in every dream, and radical skepticism that denies the possibility of genuine spiritual encounters. A pattern Padre Pio identified in authentically spiritual dreams involves elements transcending our knowledge, information we couldn't have known naturally, afterlife details expressed with theological precision beyond our education, or wisdom clearly exceeding our normal understanding. When God permits these encounters, he explained, he often includes elements our imagination couldn't produce, precisely to help us recognize the message's divine origin. He also noted that truly spiritual dreams remain extraordinarily vivid in memory, sometimes for decades, while ordinary dreams quickly fade. This persistent clarity itself suggests the experience's special nature. A lesser-known aspect of Padre Pio's teaching involved preparing our hearts to receive these spiritual gifts. We cannot force these encounters, he cautioned, but we can inwardly dispose ourselves to receive them if God wishes to grant them. This preparation includes cultivating sincere prayer, practicing forgiveness, maintaining an open, trusting heart toward God, and living with simplicity and humility. A heart overburdened with worldly concerns or hardened by resentment, he taught, will struggle to perceive subtle messages from the spiritual realm. Finally, Padre Pio reminded us that these special dreams' ultimate purpose isn't satisfying curiosity about the afterlife, but helping us live more fully present. Each genuine encounter with departed loved ones, he maintained, should transform into greater love for the living and deeper dedication to our earthly mission. Integrating dream encounters into spiritual life. Padre Pio taught that these extraordinary dream encounters shouldn't remain isolated experiences or mere precious memories. Instead, they should integrate fully into our daily spiritual life, becoming seeds of inner growth and deepened faith. Each spiritual gift, the saint affirmed, carries responsibility. If God permits these special encounters, he expects them to produce concrete fruits in our lives. The journey begins with gratitude. Padre Pio insisted we recognize these dreams as divine gifts, rather than rites or experiences we can demand. Gratitude, he taught, opens our souls to receive divine grace more abundantly. He recommended setting aside daily time to thank God for these moments of consolation and spiritual connection. This thankfulness prevents two dangers: trivializing these experiences as mere coincidences or psychological phenomena and becoming obsessed with them. anxiously seeking repetition or becoming emotionally dependent on them. Inner transformation constitutes the second fundamental aspect. Genuine spiritual encounters, Padre Pio taught, must produce visible changes in our living. This transformation manifests in three primary areas. In our relationship with God, these dreams should deepen and personalize our faith. Beyond merely believing in afterlife as an abstract concept, we experience divine reality as an active presence in daily existence. Many testify that after significant dreams, their prayer transforms, becoming more intimate and confident. In our relationships with others, these experiences must translate into more compassionate, patient love. Those who have experienced love's eternity, Padre Pio said, understand each human encounter's preciousness in this temporal life. People who properly integrate these dreams often demonstrate greater capacity for forgiveness, attentive listening, and supporting others through suffering. In our relationship with ourselves, these encounters invite greater serenity regarding our limitations and mortality. Those who glimpse something of eternal life, the saint taught, live with greater inner freedom, less enslaved by anxieties and fears that dominate many. Padre Pio recommended specific spiritual practices for those experiencing these special dreams. Most important was preserving the encounter's memory through what he called grateful heart prayer, briefly recalling the encounter, thanking God for it, and requesting grace to live according to what was revealed. Another recommended practice was spiritual communion prayer with departed loved ones. Unlike superstitious practices attempting to summon the dead, practices Padre Pio firmly condemned, this prayer recognizes that authentic spiritual communication occurs only through divine initiative within Christian faith's framework. His suggested prayer was simple. Lord Jesus, who keeps united in your love all who belong to you, whether on earth or in eternity, I thank you for the love connecting me to loved one's name. Allow us to grow together in your love, each following our path toward you. This prayer, Padre Pio explained, respects both our loved one's new reality and our earthly journey, acknowledging that we both continue, albeit differently, our pilgrimage toward fullness in God. A practical aspect the saint emphasized was living the received message. If our loved one offered advice, we should implement it. If they revealed aspects of eternal life, we should allow that vision to reshape our daily priorities. If they extended forgiveness, we should fully accept it and extend it to others. The best way to honor these encounters, Padre Pio said, is allowing them to shape our daily lives, our significant and small decisions, how we treat others and face difficulties. Another crucial element was what he called consolation apostolate. Those receiving these spiritual encounters develop special ability to comfort others, navigating grief's painful path. Sharing personal experiences isn't necessary, he clarified. The peace and hope generated within us can be silently transmitted to those most needing it. This apostolate doesn't offer facile explanations or minimize others' pain, but provides authentic presence with hope, forged through personal spiritual experience. Someone who has experienced love's reality transcending death, he noted, carries light others perceive, especially in their darkest moments. Padre Pio also addressed situations where people intensely desire these dreams but don't experience them. His advice was clear. Spiritual paths are diverse and personalized. God knows exactly what each soul needs for growth. Absence of these dreams indicates neither lesser divine love nor weaker connection with departed loved ones. For these individuals, the saint recommended cultivating presence in absence, spiritual communion independent of extraordinary experiences, but grounded in faith in the communion of saints. Loving someone through faith, he explained, can be as real and profound as experiencing their presence in dreams. A practice he suggested for those without special dreams was keeping loved ones' memory alive through charitable acts performed in their name. When we do good remembering those we love, he taught, we create a spiritual bridge connecting us with them in God's heart. Finally, Padre Pio reminded us that all these experiences and practices share an ultimate purpose, preparing us for our definitive encounter with God and all who preceded us toward eternity. Each authentic dream with departed loved ones, he concluded, offers a small foretaste of that final reunion where separation and pain will exist no more. With this perspective, these extraordinary nocturnal encounters become not merely present consolation, but windows glimpsing future glory awaiting us, motivating us to live each earthly day with greater purpose and love. The bridge between worlds. Padre Pio's enduring message. Through Padre Pio's profound teachings on dreams with departed loved ones, we've explored one of existence's deepest mysteries, the possibility of connecting through dreams with beloved souls who have crossed the threshold between worlds. His wisdom opens horizons of hope and reveals dimensions of reality often hidden from everyday perception. These aren't isolated phenomena or mere coincidences, but manifestations of a spiritual reality. Padre Pio deeply understood. Authentic love transcends death. When we love someone genuinely, we forge a bond physical limitations cannot break, an invisible yet real bridge between souls that recognize each other eternally. Death, Padre Pio taught, doesn't extinguish the person, but transforms them. Our loved ones don't vanish into nothingness, but continue existing in a new dimension from where, with divine permission, they can express their enduring love and care toward us. This understanding fundamentally transforms our relationship with death and grief. The pain of physical separation remains real. Even Jesus wept at his friend Lazarus's tomb, but it's no longer desperate or meaningless suffering. Instead, it becomes pain illuminated by hope, brightened by certainty that essential bonds remain intact beyond apparent separation. Perhaps most extraordinary about Padre Pio's teachings is that he doesn't reserve these experiences for mystics or exceptional individuals. Rather, he considers them possibilities open to any heart loving sincerely. Authentic love, seeking another's good above self-interest, becomes the key unlocking these mysterious doors between worlds. If you've experienced these special dreams, you now understand you weren't imagining things or merely consoling yourself. You experienced a genuine encounter, a precious gift deserving honor through gratitude and transformation into renewed life. If still awaiting such experiences, remember Padre Pio's words. God has different timing and methods for each soul. Their absence doesn't mean your bond with your loved one is less real or they're less present in the mysterious communion uniting all who love each other in God. Padre Pio left an invaluable spiritual legacy. His teachings about dreams with departed loved ones show us death doesn't have the final word. Love overpowers separation, and heart communion continues beyond visible boundaries. Next time you dream of someone who has departed, remember these teachings. Notice the details, sensations, and messages. Don't dismiss it as just a dream, but don't interpret hastily either. Bring it to prayer. Examine its effects in your life, and if authentic, allow it to transform you deeply. Most importantly, live each day knowing true love's bonds never break. Your departed loved ones somehow continue walking beside you, celebrating your joys, accompanying your sorrows, awaiting the definitive reunion where tears and separations will exist no more. If this message has brought peace to your soul or given new meaning to experiences you couldn't interpret, please share it with someone who might need it. Loss's pain is universal, and these words of hope can soothe many wounded hearts. We'd love to hear how Padre Pio's teachings have illuminated your understanding of dreams with your loved ones. Please comment below with "Thank you, Padre Pio," and share your experience. Your testimony might light someone else's path through grief's dark valley. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our Padre Pio Teachings channel for more spiritual insights that bring comfort, wisdom, and hope. By sharing our videos, you help others discover these profound spiritual truths that have consoled countless hearts. Remember Padre Pio's reassuring words. Those who have gone before us aren't absent, just invisible. Their eyes, radiant with glory, gaze upon ours, filled with tears. May heaven's peace, peace surpassing all understanding, flood your heart and accompany your journey until the great reunion day arrives.